Welcome to the old glass factory of Shaco Industry Zone and the new value factory for Shenzhen. It's all about value here, coming out of the combination of new ideas and new energy. People arrive here, we present right away with an old relic of the factory, which is now carrier of the most important information that we want to convey, which is the current program of activities. It's very important to show people that life is happening here, and it's not just about a material picture of an old factory being renovated. This used to be the furnace of the former glass factory, the hottest spot of Shenzhen, so to speak. This was the place where it all happened. That's why we decided to make this place as the place to think about this shift from industry and mass production on the one hand to culture and quality on the other hand. The message, the main message of the Biennale is transformation from industrial past, industrial glory, so to speak, and a new horizon, a new cultural horizon for the next decades, where to go with the Chinese city. The building is a kind of time machine. It's not always the same building. Every day you come, you will see different details that are highly poetic. A light beam, a shadow, they depend very much on the time of the day and even actually the mood that you are in. The machinery has been taken out, the material left over created a kind of beauty that nobody saw for many years when this was an abandoned place. Right away it was very clear that we would stick to those qualities. This might be something like the terracotta army of Xi'an, so almost like human figures standing, waiting for a new idea. What you should do is more to frame the existing quality in such a way that it even glorifies that past rather than superimpose a new layer, a new meaning on it. So it's still the old glass factory. You still can imagine this as a machine hall, but on the other hand, we transformed it to almost a spiritual place. It was really important also to have users, residents so to speak, who could occupy the factory and use it as their workplace, as their address in Shenzhen, and to think about the interaction between their institution and life in China. We invited design studios, museums, educational institutions to come here and to think about this relevant relationship with Shenzhen. The Value Factory Studio is a kind of imaginary workshop where you can follow, as if you are a member of that studio, the whole process of the coming into existence of the Value Factory. This first room of the exhibition is important to tell the story about the beauty as we found it, the beauty without intention, the beauty designed by time. Only 7 months ago it looked like this. This single room is dedicated entirely to 1 week late May 2013, when about 15 architects from all over the world, young emerging architects, early in their career, came together to work for 1 intense week on the design, the redesign of the Value Factory. There were so many obstacles on the road to realization that at some point we thought this is in itself a certain quality. We have to show how the team managed to overcome all those challenges. So this is the story about meeting those challenges and dealing with them. The silo building is a kind of mixing station for the ingredients of glass. Floors were open, it allowed different pipes to cut across the building. And when the pipes were removed, the leftovers were like big holes in the floors. And we did almost nothing by just covering those holes with these glass plates and creating for visitors now of the Biennale a fantastic spatial experience which allows you to walk over air, if you are not suffering from vertigo at least. I invited some Hong Kong architects to come to this place and do something with Hong Kong energy, Hong Kong ideas, but only by sowing them in mainland soil. So they brought this idea of a value farm, an urban farm so to speak. After a sowing festival at the opening of the Biennale, we will end with a harvest festival. We will get everything off the land and start cooking and enjoy the first food being grown at the Value Factory. From the panoramic deck you see actually Chinese history of the last 30 years in full swing. You still see some active factories, you see the container terminals operating, you see the ships going out, and then of course already you see the skyline of Shenzhen coming. So it's the contrast between the industry zone and the city as a civil society. But then of course also still some relics of nature. In contrast to most of Shenzhen, here nature is still very visible, very tangible. And then finally of course this more metaphorically, this idea of China as the factory of the world and Shenzhen as the factory of the world. Here you see how all these products of the factories are shipped out to the rest of the world. So in a way this tells a story about recent Chinese history, but also some seeds, some first signs of the future of the Chinese city are already to be perceived. And the Value Factory itself should be considered as such a seed, giving the first clues of what it can become, of what China can become when this urge, this pursuit of prosperity moves from mass production and industry into creativity and culture as the carriers of value.